Lap of Luxury, and here's the video.
Buy me a Datsun or Toyota. I need money now to soothe my heart.
It's now 5 to 8. That's Ian Anderson you saw there, and of course of Jethro Tull. 1968 you were formed, 20 million albums. You own 15,000 acres of the Western Isles and 500 acres of Buckinghamshire. Why do you need to keep making records?
Well, making records is something I do for fun. The acreage, which sounds impressive, I mean, bear in mind that's mostly the Kulin Mountains. I mean, it's vertical rather than horizontal land ownership. And what I hope I do there is play a part in the conservation in private hands of a part of the country that I particularly like. So, you know, I spent quite a bit of money up there.
Right.
I hope improving the landscape in some small way and also providing some employment for people, which I think is an important, you know, the socio-economic background to all of that land ownership notion is really where you make it or break it as a landowner.
Do you find the success of being a pop millionaire, to use tabloid terminology, embarrassing?
Yes. But I mean, what would the people who buy our records care to think? I mean, is it perhaps marginally better than owning a football team? I don't know.
But
I think so.
You've proved that there is a lot of money to be made in pop music. 1968 wasn't that long ago, and in 1973, which is an even shorter time ago,
right.
1973, you said that Jethro Tull would no longer do touring, you would no longer do any live concerts.
Well, that was one of the Jethro Tull quit stories that were put about by our record company at the time in order to get a front page headline. No, we never actually quit. We've been on the road pretty well continuously since 1968, and I mean, obviously making a reasonable living,
right.
Putting bums on seats continuously, and it's great. I'm just glad to be working.
And worldwide success as well, and this is the amazing thing as well. It's not just confined to this country. You are enormous around the world still.
Well, we do pretty well, yes. I mean, we've hung on. I think probably because we never had that higher profile in terms of PR and publicity and sensation and whatever it is. We've always been a kind of, you know, second stream group that maybe that has something to do with the longevity, that you don't end up being perhaps quite at the mercy of the people who, you know, build you up and tear you down again.
I'm going to go back to your embarrassment.
Yes, why not?
The Laird of Strathard is your title. You must be sick of being called it, but you are the Laird of Strathard, this 15,000 acre estate.
In strictly legal
bought.
terms, yes, although
right.
we do actually reallocate our crofting rents back into the community every year, where they then become boosted by grants and loans to try and aid the community. I mean, these things are...
Oh, I'm sure it's all in a very good cause. I'm not doubting that at all, but you have a smoked salmon, a salmon farm.
We farm salmon there, yes, yes,
now,
indeed.
Farming, it sounds like you farm salmon. If you see, I mean, what do you actually do when you farm salmon?
Well, first of all, you try and spend as many hours sitting on aeroplanes around the world reading about it, which is what I did during the mid-70s, and became interested in salmon farming. I can't remember why, except probably in an airline magazine I must have seen something, and then started acquiring textbooks on the subject, and set about finding an estate in Scotland that did have a suitably sheltered sea loch, where we could go into that side of things and hopefully provide some kind of background to the estate ownership idea.
There's more to this pop music than meets the eye, isn't there?
Not a lot, but
this man's salmon is so good, I have to tell you, the smoked salmon that he actually farms is sold by Harrods.
Lovely. Well, it sounds everybody's benefiting except him. That's very good news.
Now you'll upset the man itself, Richard. You didn't mention that. Never mind.
Well, you have. Thank you for joining us this morning.